Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of Echoes of Malus. When last we left off, our gallant heroes subdued some passing traders who wanted to murder some clerics, and then had a little tent making time with the... Hang on, that didn't sound right.
I love tent
They
making
set up
time.
camp and then had some nice little conversations.
Yeah, it sounded on right.
Shut up, it's fine. Let's get into it. So, you guys have been having conversations with the traders. Do you guys want time to discuss anything before moving forward? Out of character / in character?
What the hell are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Yeah, kind of lost on that.
We have all come to the conclusion that at this point it's kind of us or them, like clerics or humans, but even if we do decide to square up, I mean, I'm wondering how bad it's going to get if we try to go into their cave.
Why don't we just try and find the guy?
That was our next move. We do want to
Little
see if we can
Tony
find
or
his
whatever
corpse.
his name is. Young
Little
Hassan.
Tony.
Yeah, I mean, somebody mentioned being suspicious that he might be in the cave, but I don't remember who said that.
I can't wait to find him making a tree just hanging out. Like, hey guys, just sitting there waiting.
He's chilling. He's under the sand sloop like the kids in holes under that boat. He's posted up with jars of old peaches.
I don't even know what that's a reference to. Zaya mentioned that she alluded to the fact that, I think it was Zaya, right? That she just potentially let him go versus saw anything happen or saw him disappear. The implication I think there was that he just left of his own volition, or some other influence, but it's not like he got physically kidnapped.
I think we're just going to follow Connor, honestly. Get up in the morning, we're like, go boy. Track.
Young Hassan fell into a well?
So, Lee and Lama, you guys finish up your shift. Wake up Connor and old Hassan and take your rest. Connor, you are here with the oldest member of the group. As you are doing your preparations for your watch shift, you see he has knelt down and is not closing his eyes, but he has his head bowed a little bit. He's still walking around, keeping his eyes open, awareness of the situation, but he is performing some sort of rite, and he takes a little flask on his hip, pours a bit of it onto his fingers, and then dabs his forehead. Sits there for another minute or so, and then stands up and says, "So, I guess I'll watch over here if you want to watch over there."
Sure. What was that all about? The whole thing you did right there.
Oh, well, are you saved?
Save?
You, have you found the grace of Cinco Meda?
I've never heard of that.
I see. Well, I've not been to the Buccaneers Legion, where you're from. So I suppose you probably, there's not much interdisciplinary faith down there. You guys aren't really. Could I witness to you?
I guess. You can kind of explain it.
Well, you see, Cinco Meda provides for and protects for everyone in Nocturne, whether we are near or far. And some call it a heresy, but I personally believe that even those who don't live in Nocturne, those of us who are not Nocturnians, could be saved by Cinco Meda, even from afar. So,
And what did they represent?
Cinco Meda is the river.
The river. Okay, that's probably why I never heard about them. I'm mostly the sea.
Cinco Meda feeds into the sea. She gives life all around for us, the planet, even to you.
Interesting. So, my question is, protecting all. Do you think she had some effort here from sway of how the situation we're in right now?
He looks around this valley for a moment and then back to you. He says, "This is a land of plenty. We were lost in the desert. I think that she did protect us. Yes.
Seems like she's not really starting to be a little cruel here, but I almost feel like she's not doing much, like, now. We're kind of trapped here.
Well, that's where the faith comes in. I don't fully understand how or why she works in the way she does, but I believe that if it were not for her, we would still be out there.
Yeah, I'm not much of a religious guy. Kind of feel like things just happen because, shit happens. So I kind of look at it, kind of have to roll with the punches.
I see. So, do you have a patron cleric?
No. Honestly, I really didn't know much about clerics until a couple months.
You don't have any cleric that abides by you and protects you?
No? Well, I guess, per se, but not really sure how divine I would say it would be.
Well, then, do you have any interest in taking shelter under the protection of the waters?
I don't know. I've seen some weird stuff. I'm not even sure I can even understand it, and I don't really see a reason to follow something I don't understand.
Well, then, no, that's wonderful news, because I'm here to tell you all about it.
That'd be great. We do have a watch to do. I do have another question though. How much do you know about young Assad?
I've known him for a few months now, and he's a good kid. You kind of remind me of him, actually. He's very full of vim and vigor. He's a good kid. He's very smart, very talented, and I think he has his heart set on doing the right thing, no matter what.
Okay. So he mattered a lot to you.
Fun fact, actually. They actually called me Old Hassan before he came along.
How old are you again? I
am 57.
Checks out.
Well, I don't consider myself old, but I suppose so. I still feel, young as ever. It's easy to stay youthful in the grace of Cinco Meda.
Okay. So, you would say young Hassan you really cared about, right?
Yes, I take his disappearance very personally. I feel like I failed him. I just wanted to make sure he was prepared for anything that could come. And
so, honest question here. If he mattered so much to you, why did you guys not look for him since he disappeared? It seemed like you guys just kind of sat here and mourned, thinking he was dead. He may not be dead. He may be dead now.
I can't speak for the rest, but I feel it in my heart. He is dead.
Was he dead the moment he disappeared to you, or now? Because it seems like you guys did nothing the moment he disappeared. If I had a friend I really cared about, I would not stop until I knew he was dead. I don't know what you're doing. I'm just questioning that.
I don't know. I think being in this place, I've not been thinking clearly.
You don't know. You've been here twice the amount of time I've been on this planet, and you don't know.
No, here in this place, trapped.
I would assume that you've had a lot of time to really get your head around this, and even in a situation like this, I would assume you probably had other situations similar to this. You've been here for a while. You're 57.
This is by far the most dire circumstance I have been in. There have been many trials and tribulations on the road, but Cinco Meda has always kept me safe.
Well, I may not have faith like you in a deity or anything else that exists that's above my knowledge, but I have faith in my own comrades, and it seems like I hope that young Hassan did not put his faith in you based on what you're telling me.
He just kind of pulls back into himself. He's not as outwardly conversive as he was before. Well, I see. He crosses his arms. I suppose I could see how you would think that way.
Yeah.
But you weren't in this situation until just now. You don't know what it's been like.
I've been on
here.
the high seas. The only thing around you is death, besides the ship you on. The only people you can trust the people around you. That's all Hassan had. We don't leave. The Buccaneers, we do not leave people behind. Unless we have no other choice. And it seems like this is the choice.
Connor has vicious flashbacks of him leaving his crew behind.
Yeah.
He studies you. He raises an eyebrow. Yeah, somehow I have trouble believing that from a pirate.
Believe what you want. No one trusts us anyway. I understand that.
Well, I think you should go watch over there. I'm going to watch over here. Is that okay?
That's okay. He decides to turn around and walk. He lets Ruby off to kind of like go hide somewhere, then get into the air and like kind of hover around to watch from above.
Okay. Yeah, you guys continue your watch together. Ruby doesn't report anything, and then she rejoins you at the end of the night, and she asks you, "Hey, so is everything good? That conversation you had with the old man seemed vitriolic."
Yeah, it's okay. He just kind of angered me. He's not. I don't appreciate what this entire group has done to a colleague, to a friend, to a comrade. It seems like the moment he disappeared, they cowered and feared instead of trying to figure out a way out, or even attempt to save their friend.
Yeah, I can tell that would be really hard for you because you're always looking out for everyone around you and making sure that they're safe.
Yeah, and it's just how the Buccaneers worked. You have to live by each other. You have to save each other. Because the only people you have is the person next to you.
I do have to say, if I don't envy them having been stuck here for 7 days. That must have been... I feel trapped enough as it is right now, feeling like I have no way to get out of here.
Yeah, but it also seems like they haven't really tried. They've kind of just accepted their fate, and then they let their fear take over to try to kill instead of trying to figure out an answer.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know.
It's okay. I know. It's a hard question for everyone to understand. And
well, should we end our watch?
Yeah, I want to go to sleep.
Me too. I'm tired.
Figures Ruby back onto himself. It's like, okay, let's go to bed.
You and old Hassan end your watch. You don't really acknowledge each other or talk to each other as you do this. You both have your own separate jobs. You wake up Aila and Ali at the end of your shift. Ali is examining his equipment, making sure it's all ready, good quality, doesn't need any maintenance. And he turns to you and says, "Are you ready? Is there anything that you need before we begin our watch?"
No, I think I've got everything. I'm ready to go. Shall we?
Yeah.
I can't go outside the hut, but I could kind of sit right inside and still can see out. If I leave the hut, we lose the protection.
That's fine by me. Whenever we need to go look, go examine the perimeter, I can do that myself as long as you watch me while I'm gone.
Can do that. And obviously, if something were to happen, we would want to wake everybody up and possibly, if something happens, run back here first. And if you can't get back here, then we'll take care of things.
So, I am curious. You said that you traveled here through whatever that... He looks over at the river. That thing was... Where did you come from?
Originally, we were in Kiblik, and we were I was part of a political entourage, and something happened in Kiblik, and the ground started shaking, and we all ran to this an airship that we ran to that was going to lift off because the ground was shaking so violently. And while we were in flight, something happened with the airship, and it crashed in the desert. And we woke up, and we were in Alkariana B.
So, Kiblik is destroyed?
I don't know. It's like it was lifting up into the sky.
The only clerics who could have even conceivably have done something like that are Otromos and Syncomeda. I'm not saying it couldn't be Otromos, but he has sacked cities before. And when he did, he used his physical might to do so. It was not anything magical like this. But that would only leave Syncomeda, and I would hope she wouldn't. Surely she didn't.
So Otromos was, I believe, attacking the airship. I have no idea what was happening and what was causing the city to lift in the air, unless there's some other major cleric that can control the earth that we don't know about.
A cleric we've never heard of, or perhaps one from a distant land. So you said you were here for a diplomatic party. Were you with Norman Malus?
Yes.
And so is he in Alkariana B as well?
No, there were only a handful of survivors of the crash. And you're looking at 4 of them here.
Lee, while still facing away, is like, no, Norman Malus was not on this ship. I heard the guards saying it as the city lifted off, so he's probably still in Kiblik.
But still, if he dies in Nocturne, then that could mean war.
So let's hope that that's not what happens. So your sand sloop, you said, kind of just the storm kind of destroyed it, stopped it. What exactly happened there?
We found a leak in the Cryphazine tank before the storm. It was not, from what I could tell, damaged substantially by the storm itself, so much as crashing on the rocks. The front of the boat was destroyed, the wood.
So is it in the Oasis, or right at the Oasis? It's sitting in the storm. I mean, is it something that
It's just inside the storm. We could go look at it when everyone wakes, if you want.
Do you think there's any chance young Hassan went back there?
It's possible.
Okay.
We might find a sign of him.
Okay, I just had that thought, and it sounds like we've woken Lee up, or at least he's rested and feeling chatty.
Lee pretends to snore.
Oh,
You just get like a honk shoe.
So, you are from the Malus Empire?
no. I'm from Rimmel, but I'm serving as a diplomatic emissary with the Malus Empire.
Oh, well. Oh, so you're from... Gosh, it must be... How are you handling the heat? It's very cold where you're from, isn't it?
It is, but I tolerate heat really well. Temperature is really not a problem for me. Not bad. It's actually kind of pleasant here.
Well, I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do a round.
I'll watch you as you go around. Just obviously holler out or sign something if anything is off. Where I come from, we live in the mountains and it's dark a good part of the year, so I can see pretty well in dark. So.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right.
He stands up and begins his rounds.
Hey, Lee, you awake?
Yeah, I'm awake. I'm just resting my eyes.
You're just resting your eyes. Okay, so did you hear what he said? Thinks Syncomata's responsible for Kiblik?
I mean, he's the only person I've heard express that, like, Syncomata might be responsible for anything other than divine protection. And maybe it is a form of protection, but
Possible.
nobody else has considered it as a possibility. Maybe we just need to talk more about what happened to Kiblik, and we'll get more theories. But, I mean, it's kind of incredible, right?
Yeah, it is. Do you know of any other clerics with the ability to manipulate Earth quite so dramatically?
Well, I mean, maybe not Earth specifically, but I think the scale of power is absolutely within the purview of other clerics.
Oh, that's true. So here's the other thing that I've been thinking about is, if Otromos was coming after the airship, but Otromos wasn't, if they don't think Otromos had the ability to, like, Ali seemed to think that Otromos wouldn't have had the ability to move or cause the problem in Kiblik like was happening. Why do you think Otromos come after the airship?
This is something I've been working on since we learned about the Purungis. Since we learned about the Purungis, we still don't know if Otromos had any, we'll call them political motivations as much as they might be, at any side on that war, or if he just fights because he likes to fight. But if he did, then this behavior would be easily explained, right? If he thinks that APOC tech is a threat to clerics, of course he would do that. Of course he would, right?
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to share a thought with you, but don't tell the others. But it's a thought I've had since we found that, the clerics that said their child was taken. What if the Malus Empire is taking children from clerics, and it's more than just the two we're here? Do you think there's any chance Ruby is an offspring of Otromos?
Of Otromos specifically?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Just the type of, I don't know. Because Otromos is kind of a serpent type. And if my offspring was taken, I'd be pretty honked off enough to chase an airship out of the sky.
I want to know if Lee and Aila's, like, understanding of, like, a cleric's family tree is the same. Because I think Lee is under the impression that clerics can kind of choose what to be born as before they are born. Like, they exist in the ether in a way that people don't. And as a result, they can choose a form before they, like, actually inhabit it. But it sounds like Aila is more, and maybe this is because of your experience, like, in your home country, that, like, you're more under the impression that they do kind of recreate in a similar way to humans. And neither of those things has to be false, right? Like, they could both be true, but...
Yeah, just different cultures and their understanding of things.
Yeah, how about you guys, you could do one or the other, either a history or a nature check. I think, Lee, you could make either. Aila, you only have nature checks because this is not something you've researched.
Gotcha. Can I make that with advantage for the number one fan?
Can you read the description for number one fan to me?
You're obsessed with clerics, but become a nervous wreck when one is actually in front of you. You gain advantage on int checks related to gathering or recalling information about clerics, but have disadvantage on charisma checks for actually interacting with them. So this is history would be an int check.
Then I would say yes.
Cool. First one's a 12 plus 6, 18, and then an 18 plus 6, 24.
Aila?
Nat 20.
Hey!
God damn! I swear, I'm going to go through and tally up nat 20s in this show, and I'm pretty sure like 75% of them are going to go to bed.
I thought sure the dang thing was going to roll on a 20, or on a 2, because it did this wobble.
Lee, you think through all the research that you familiarized yourself with within the Tagmatic Order. You recall a few lectures and even debates that you've come across regarding the same subject, and everything that you remember from it, which, I mean, you're a very good student. So you only slept through a little bit of those things, of each of them. You slept through each of them, but only a little bit of each of them. You kind of recall on your vast array of knowledge, and you're like, yeah, no, I don't think that clerics have any sort of reproductory function or anything like that. Aila, you're like, well, yeah, clerics can reproduce. Why wouldn't they?
I just think they don't necessarily reproduce.
General consensus within the order is that it's never been observed. It doesn't seem like it's something that happens. If they are able to, maybe they don't want to, but it's not there's cleric reproduction is not something that is established fact, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just a difference in the way we were raised. I've known them to be capable of reproducing and like.
I mean, I guess it's possible, but even just the timeline of events doesn't make me think that Ruby came from Nocturne, and that's said to be where Atromos is from, right? So I don't think it's likely in this case, but I'm sure that I agree. I think Malus is up to something, and I mean, it has something to do with the missing clerics, but I don't think Ruby and Atromos are connected, unfortunately.
Lee, to clarify, a situation like what you guys have observed here in the valley, where the clerics are claiming a baby, it's entirely possible that they have just chosen to adopt another cleric.
I think, like, honestly, we don't know what the baby looks like, and that's the worst part of this, because it's a jackal and an ibis. We don't know what the cleric baby looks like, and there's no way for us to know unless they tell us, which sucks super bad, but I figure we'll find out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, I think that we can probably agree on the fact that something seems to be going on with Malus and clerics, and there's a lot about clerics that we don't understand.
Yeah, and it kind of pisses me off to think that maybe they know something that we don't. And not even that they know something that we don't, that they know something and they're exploiting it in some way. Because I can't imagine a single good thing the Malus Empire would do with the young of clerics.
You just see, like, Connor and Ruby just snuggling together on the floor.
Yeah, your 5-foot long serpentine body pillow.
Yeah. All of a sudden he's like, because Ruby's strangling around his neck.
Because she's getting so big.
You still see Captain Ali?
Looks like he's getting close to wrapping up his walkabout.
Yeah, he's almost made a whole lap.
Lee sits up. All right. Well, let's do this, I guess.
Ali finishes up, walks back. As soon as he's through the barrier and sees you and Lee sitting up, he goes, "Oh, Mr. Lee, I see that you're awake now. How are things going with you two? I didn't see anything while I was out there. I tended the fires, and it's always quiet at night here.
Very peaceful.
It's a beautiful place.
It is. But I also understand not wanting to be trapped here.
It's truly incredible how quickly the fear takes hold."
True. And I guess that's where we have to figure out how we can try to work and find another option instead of resorting quickly to violence. I don't think anything good comes from killing clerics.
I mean, I agree, but we kind of did already. Like, we can't get out using the gloves. The sand sloop is broken beyond repair, as far as they have told us, and I believe them. They even said they have tools, but not the know-how to fix it. So it's broken in a way that's difficult to understand. I mean, like, I want to find young Hassan. I want to see what might have happened to him, but I do think maybe violence is going to have to be the answer here.
It might be.
Thoughts? Lee kicks Connor.
Ali, how much did you guys try to find Hassan?
Well,
I mean, where all did you look?
this dense vegetation makes it very difficult to track anything. So,
Well, I think we have a tracker in our party that might be able to help. Maybe we go back to the point where he disappeared from.
it's certainly worth an attempt. I would be incredibly grateful if you all would help us with this.
You hear that, Connor? Lee kicks Connor again.
What? Ruby's just like gets frightened too. It's just Ruby, let go.
Oh, sorry. I had that dream again.
What was that dream again?
It's the one where I am chasing a bunch of mice, and then there's a big mouse that tries to eat me.
Ruby can dream?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's cool. Hey, you guys remember how I was taking notes so much when we first got here?
Yeah, he just gets up off the
I just have to
ground.
remember everything now. None
None
of the notes get saved.
Ollie looks between you two. What is that? What do you mean?
I'm looking at Lee going, hand across his throat. No,
Oh,
trying to.
I've been
him.
cursed. Don't worry about it.
He literally can't. Every time he
Oh.
writes something down, it just appears. It's a weird curse. Every time he writes something, it's weird.
End of the day,
Well-
just vanishes.
Well, perhaps old Hassan could help you. He's a devout of Cinco Meda, and as I understand it, helps with breaking curses.
For real?
Yes, absolutely. I'm sure he would love to do that for you. He sees it as a chance to witness for his faith, and it's a very meaningful experience for him to be able to do that for someone.
Yeah, well, let's do that later.
Okay, I'll talk with him tomorrow, and perhaps we could do that before camp tomorrow night.
Do we want to wake everybody else? Do you think
Yeah, Lee is standing now and walks over to Kato and also pushes him around with his foot. Kato, stop snoring.
What?
dude, were you dreaming?
I don't think so.
What was that?
What's going on?
We were just waking you up.
I don't sleep so well.
Oh,
He starts clearing his throat like a dad.
yuck.
You don't sleep so well at all, or you don't sleep so well because you're not on a boat?
Yeah, usually I sleep a little bit better when the boat is rocking me to sleep, but regardless, how was everyone's night? Any interesting events from the watch?
There's a scuffle, and you see as Ali has woken Lama up, she's pulled a knife and put it to his throat, and Ali says, Lama, it's me. She says, oh, sorry. Puts the knife away. Good morning.
I guess in relation to Lama, I sleep pretty well.
She sleeps prepared.
And then Ali goes over to Zaya and shakes her awake, and she just lets out a scream and looks
Oh.
around. Oh, okay, we're okay.
We're good.
Okay.
Is it old
Anyway.
Hassan? Anybody want to wake the old guy?
I'm a little nervous too, because this seems to be escalating.
It's a pretty
Comedic fashion.
Yeah. If the pattern increases, old Hassan is going to explode like
Yeah.
a bomb when we wake him up.
Hey,
That's exactly
here,
what I was thinking.
I'm just gonna poke him a little bit with my staff. I just kind of gently reach way across and just kind of give him a little prod on the shoulder.
Old Hassan stirs a little bit, rolls over, and sees all of you like basically huddled on the opposite side of the
Of the hut.
orb, whatever you're in.
Of the 20-foot orb, yeah, the dome we're in.
You guys all okay?
Yeah, we're good
Did I do
now.
something?
All right, Connor, let's go find a body.
I hope it's not a body.
Oh, let's go find a guy.
And while we're all getting ready, I'm just gonna kind of quickly cast aid on my party, giving them 5 hit points. It actually lasts 8 hours, but I'm going to use a sorcery point and make it 16. Use extend spell.
Nice.
Okay. Somebody got a point where this guy was before he disappeared. I can hopefully track him.
Ollie takes you back to the camp, and Zaya points and nods to where she last saw him entering the brush.
Right about here?
She doesn't say anything, she just nods.
Okay. Cracks his knuckles, pulls a feather out of his shirt and eats it, casting enhance ability.
Ollie says, what was that? Did your friend just eat a feather? He's looking at you, Aila.
It's some weird habit he has. I don't know what the deal is. He's just go with it. He does that periodically.
I do Fox's Cunning, gives me advantage on all intelligence checks, which also includes investigation.
Nice. So this is going to be due to the brush. This is going to be a survival check.
Okay, then I won't do that one. I'll do wisdom then. So
it's a different feather that you eat.
It's different feather.
Still a feather.
I choose a different
Still
one.
eating a
Still
feather.
feather.
It's a fox's feather. It could have been a fox's feather.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll for survival, right? To find any tracking, try to figure out what he
Yep,
went.
so this is going to be due to the brush and the age of the tracks, a DC 20.
21.
Hey, that's my guy right there.
Advantage! Advantage.
You kneel down, start digging through the brush, and you're able to piece together a trail that leads west down toward the river, and then following it out to the edge of the oasis where the sand sloop
So,
rests.
does it seem like it's like a struggle, or he walked on his own, or something dragged him?
It looks like he started walking and then kept walking.
So all on his own. Okay. He's like trying to figure out the puzzle, kind of what he's tracking. It looks like he just got up and left. Nothing took him. He just got up.
Really?
Yeah. It seems like there's no scratch marks anywhere. This seems like he was walking, not dragged. He went to your boat?
Is the sloop that direction?
Yes, it's off to the west.
Yeah, he went that way. Let's go. Let's figure it out. Let's figure out where this path ends.
So you all walk to the edge of the oasis, come through a big mass of brush that blocks your view, and 100 feet in front of you, you see a concave wall of swirling sand. About halfway to that concave wall, a wooden ship, about 30 feet in length, lies dashed on the rocks. The fore end of its bow is blown open like a disemboweled soldier. The sail flaps idly in the wind.
You guys hit some tough terrain out here, didn't you?
Yeah, it was not a pleasant...
Looks like his trail goes right to that.
Yeah, you see the trail leads over to the sand sloop. It looks like he climbed inside it for a minute and then climbed right back out and walked into the wall of sand.
He just went to the sand. Like, straight into it.
You don't think...
Unless he's particularly masochistic, I would imagine that is the doing of one of the clerics. Some kind of an impulse they gave him or something. He knows he can't survive out there, right? Unless he knew a trick that you guys didn't?
Ali thinks on it for a moment. He looks over at Zaya. What was his disposition that night whenever you were doing watch together? And Zaya looks to the ground, puzzled, back up to you, and says, well, I guess he did seem a little frantic. I thought maybe I didn't want to be uncharitable, but he seemed... I felt panic.
From him?
Yeah.
Is that like a new thing that was happening, or I feel like he was building up to that moment?
Well, it's hard to say.
Okay. So, he had to come here for a reason. Do you guys leave anything in this thing before you came out? Is there anything in there that can help him get out of here?
Was the ship equipped with a Shiato?
No, I don't think so. I think... Well, maybe. There was that one box of tools we never looked through.
Box of tools. Show me.
She leads you over to the ship, and there's a open box of tools that she points to. She says that they left it closed whenever they were here. And you dig through it, and it's mostly cartography gear, or navigational gear. And there's a big space that would perfectly fit a Cheyanter if you were to place yours in it.
Well, you picked up a Cheyanter.
Oh, that would have been very helpful.
I got a question. Can that guide you out of this storm?
Presuming the sands don't disrupt the Cheyanter's positional abilities, it could lead you in the right direction, but that's assuming nothing intercepts you inside the sand.
And assuming you don't, die of dehydration or drown in sand or whatever. I mean, you said this storm is so big you can see it from miles away. He's got to walk through that?
It's tall, that doesn't mean it's wide.
That's what I was just thinking. I thought, is it the storm literally just a wall of sand that just stretches around this oasis, or does it go farther out?
Well, we were going at some speed whenever we came here, but it felt like it took a long time. Probably, maybe an hour?
It's close enough that I can just approach the wall of sand, right?
Yeah, you can just walk right up to it.
As I get closer, is there like sand whipping fast enough to like cause me harm, or is it more of just a visibility issue?
Without breaching the wall.
I mean, that's kind of my intention. I want to move my hand closer, but I'm not going to breach the wall if, as I get closer, it starts to hurt me, no?
So everything leading up to that wall is still.
Okay.
There's no like gradual increase or anything like that.
I take a stretch of rope, let's say 100 feet long, out of my pack, tie it around my waist, and toss it to Connor. And I say, "Hold on tight!" And I just stick my hand in the wall of sand.
He, grabs it on, out like Mulan, what are you... just holding it what?
Connor, tie it around your waist.
It's just sand, right?
It almost feels like you're moving your hand through sand. It's quickly whipping past it. It's not cutting your hand. It's a bit abrasive. It's not pleasant, let's say.
Is it suffocating if I stick my face in it?
Yeah, you stick your head into it, and you're struggling to breathe almost immediately.
I pull my head out, shrug my shoulders at everyone. I say, well, whether or not he's got a Cheyanter, he's got to have some way to breathe, too. Because that is not...
He kind of, Connor's, motions, taking, this, cloth and put it over his nose and mouth, duh.
Yeah, I was going to say, do we still have the scarves?
A scarf be enough?
I think that as long as you have a thick enough face covering to keep granules of sand from entering your mouth, I'm going to rule it that it does not suffocate you.
We need some goggles.
Yeah, based on what these tracks are showing, he probably took the Cheyanter, covered his face up, and just walked in the direction it told him to walk. Maybe I'll have to try to save you all.
Well, how adventurous are we feeling? I pull out the Cheyanter that we had from before.
You have one?
Yes.
Well.
And I know how to use it.
We should test to see if it can get us out of here.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm with the rope still tied around me. I'd like to just step inside. I say, "Well, wish me luck." With a scarf from the scarf from Suha that we brought to get into the boat. I'm going to tie that around my face again and step into the sand. What I'm curious about is whether it's blinding me, though.
Yes, you are blinded.
Okay.
You're able to just barely get a glimpse at the Cheyanter before the sand, basically forces you to close your eyes to preserve them. And the needle is just wildly vacillating in different directions.
As soon as it goes into the sand?
Yeah.
Well, I think that plan might be a little kaput. He's probably lost in there because the Cheyanter does not work.
But it works before you go in, right?
Sure.
Well, as long as he goes relatively in a straight line.
You've been on a boat in a flat ocean with no features around you. You can think you're going straight, but end off miles off track. So I wouldn't trust it.
Can't even use the stars or the moon. No, you're completely blind.
Does anybody understand how this works? I show it to the group. Because something in that sandstorm is causing it to act up, and I'm wondering if there's a way to prevent it from doing so.
Put it on your shirt and look under it? Like, question, like, put shoulders up, like, maybe? Just have it not be in the open?
The Chyanter is useful, but the sandstorm makes it not useful. You would have to get rid of the sandstorm for the Chyanter to help you get out of here.
No, guys, I really think you're overthinking this. I think he might have just wandered off. Yeah, like, if he got that far with this plan, whether it was for the good of the rest of the group or just for the good of himself, which doesn't sound like he would do, it seems like maybe he just decided to try to tough it out.
Hey, is that something he would do? Just tough things out? Does that sound like young Hassan would do?
Lama, Zaya, and Ali all kind of grimly nod. Old Hassan says, "No, he's too good of a boy. He would never do that." Do you want to give me an insight check?
Yeah, definitely didn't. And I get advantage. Let's go. 15.
15. Old Hassan doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well,
He wants to see the best in this kid, I think.
okay. So most likely he probably did it on his own. Thinking he probably can do it on his own. So,
Connor,
yeah.
do you mind trying to stick your head in there with the goggles on?
Sure.
I
I
wouldn't
don't know
about
what's
that.
gonna happen, but he covers his face up with a rag that he has on his bag, and then puts the goggles down, sticks his head in.
So, out here, the only things that you can see and hear are roiling sands and howling winds. You're not blinded, and you're not suffocating. But that doesn't mean that there's anything to see.
Are we like in the eye of a storm so we can still see the sun? We still get sunlight sometimes? Or is it like the sun is filtered through a mass of sand at all times?
You all exist in a dome of stillness within the sandstorm. So, above you is roiling sand. To all sides of you is roiling sand.
Gotcha. So the quality of light in here would be like almost overcast constantly.
Perhaps magically, there is normal amounts of sunlight here.
Weird.
Something about the stillness seems unnatural to you.
Something
Or
about the
perhaps
storm
something about
seems
the
unnatural.
sandstorm is unnatural.
Yeah.
You know how the cleric said I could leave. Wonder what happens if I step in there.
Aila, you take a step into the sandstorm, and it seems you have your own personal dome of sacred stillness, because you do not feel the whipping or hear the roaring of winds.
Okay, I step back in. I'm like, hey, give me the Chyanter real quick.
I quickly hand it over.
The Chyanter is still wildly flailing.
Okay, well that didn't work. I was hoping that, because whenever I'm in there, it's just kind of still around me. But so I was hoping the Chyanter would be within that still space, but it's not.
Any other ideas?
Guess we could tie that rope on me for a little bit and let me. You got 100 feet. I could walk out a little ways and see what I run into.
It's worth a shot.
Okay. If I tug, pull back really hard. Just keep dragging.
I gotcha.
So, Aila, you step out into the sandstorm and begin trying to navigate your way around. Give me a DC 20 survival check.
Well, there's that too.
So you try to walk in a straight line away from where you stand, and somehow trying to scale down some rocks and navigate over a dune. You manage to get yourself fully turned around, and you walk back into the oasis.
Oh, well, that didn't work out so well.
What, you came back?
Yeah. Well, not intentionally. I kind of got turned around in there. I mean, it's like the sand doesn't come up against me, but I still can't tell where I'm going.
Maybe he got turned around.
And come back in?
Come back in a different angle.
Let's look around the edge.
Yeah, exactly. Connor, let's look both.
Nah.
Both. I mean, it might be a ways.
I just start walking around the oasis best I can to try to find
Give me a survival check. DC 10.
19.
19. You are able to confirm, aside from the footsteps that already exist that you and your company created, there is no re-entry of young Hassan.
Okay, so he definitely has not come out.
Next stop, Cleric Cave?
Well, we have our answer. He left. He has not come back in here. So either that he got out, or he's some reason still stuck in there.
Ali asks, well, are any of you able to restore the sand sloop?
Possibly. Connor and I could take a look at it.
Do you guys still think... I mean, is this proof enough that the clerics didn't kill him?
I bet he's stuck out there.
I think he just tried to leave.
Okay, so then...
I still think he's dead, though.
That's possible. I agree. I just want to...
Let's not think of the worst. Let's think that he got out. Maybe he's out wandering in a direction. Because you say it took about an hour to go through this sandstorm on a sleuth, so let's give him a 6-hour walk. If he's got successfully walked in a straight line, so maybe a day.
Yeah, it's possible. Let's hope.
I'm taking a look at the sloop.
I turn around and help.
Give me a DC 15 investigation check. Do you get advantage on that from your background?
No, this is only wisdom saving throws, not intelligence.
Do I?
Well, I'm helping him.
Kato.
Can I just help him? Give him assistance. He gets advantage.
I already have advantage.
Oh. 21 again.
Nice.
I failed.
Okay. Kato, you're trying to piece this together. You have a lot of technical knowledge, but not a lot of working knowledge, so...
I'm usually above deck.
You're looking over the Cryphazine tank, and you're like, I don't understand why they said that there's a leak here. I'm looking at every angle of this, and it's not leaking. Connor, you know about the access panel underneath, and you look under it, and it's just filled with loose Cryphazine. The two main places of damage on this ship are the bow that's blown out and the leak in the Cryphazine tank. To repair the hull would require carpenter's tools, which you would also need proficiency in. And to repair the Cryphazine tank, you need smith's tools, and again, you need proficiency in that.
Looks over. Hey, do you guys have any tools, like carpenters and smithing tools? Any of you guys good at it?
Yeah, check the storage on the ship. They're in there.
I know how to use smith's tools, at least.
Does anyone know how to be a carpenter?
The four traders all look at each other and shake their heads.
Well, we can fix the tank with you, but fix the bow, fix this whole front end, that's gonna be not gonna be an easy task.
Aila and Lee, you don't happen to be carpenters, do you?
I apprenticed under a blacksmith briefly, but not enough to remember anything or to actually be able to help with something like this.
How bad is the damage to the bow?
The bow is going to take about 20 days of work to repair. The tank, you think you could get it restored in about 10 days.
Well, I turn to old Hassan. You want to ask Cinco Meda if she's got any ideas?
Yes, I will.
Because I'm out of them.
So, what I'm getting from Cinco Meda is just sometimes we just need a fresh start.
Seems fair. Can't rebuild the boat or build a new one right now. Maybe we try some other way.
After hearing that, Connor's just like gets a little freaked out in his head, like, "Uh-oh! Don't tell me that she didn't mean like."
Yeah, I had a very similar thought.
Let's expend that route if it's our last chance.
Lee turns to the traders and says, "Do you guys know if the storm is a product of the clerics or if the oasis is a product of the clerics?"
The story, I always heard it was a single cleric who created it in the shape of a lion. For all I know, that was made up.
Well, I mean,
One of the other traders pipes up. I always heard that it was a cleric, but they were in the shape of a cabo.
Yeah, can I get a little clue in on shapeshifters? I get a little history check or similar.
Yeah, I think you can do a history check.
That's as soon as you said that, I was like, okay. I mean, we have two clerics here called the Puzzling One and the Schemer.
You can call that DC 20.
I just rolled a 20, and I have a +6.
There you go. Yeah, there are clerics whose forms change. The word shapeshifter may not be a proper application because I think that evokes the idea of being able to change into whatever form they want, perhaps. And the ones that the Order has observed, largely it's they have one form and another, and they can potentially change between the two at will or under specific circumstances. You're not aware of any clerics that can just present however they want at any time.
Okay. I mean, I think just because I'm not aware of it doesn't mean it can't happen, but something to keep in mind. I communicate all that. I don't have any... There's no reason for me to not say all that to everybody else, but... So, I mean, maybe it was one of them, right? Maybe it was the Puzzling One. Maybe it was a Schemer, but my concern is that we fight and we win, and then a sandstorm that we can't escape closes in on us. I think if we're gonna die and reset, I think we should do it in a way that's quick. Jake has to write a monologue for all the slow, painful ways we can die instead of just like us actually doing a D&D fight.
Hey, I think it's my turn, gang. I turn around and just walk back towards the back of the cave.
Your turn?
If we find something out in here, then that's great. If we die, we restart. And we have more information, so...
Aila, can you hit us with night vision?
I've already got it.
Oh, you have night vision? Or dark vision?
Yeah, brother.
Here, mine's a little better. We've got 300 feet of dark vision. So, yeah.
I'll take it.
Okay. I'm going to share dark vision with how many people? Up to a number of creatures. Up to 3. So I can share it with the 3 of you.
Nice. I guess we all just kind of walk off and follow Kato. I'm going to turn to all the traders and be like, come with us or don't.
Only got an hour.
We'll come with you. So you all arrive at the small opening to the cave. A narrow slit cut into the cliff face exposes a room that you can faintly see into. You can see in the center of that room, the ibis is preparing a nest.
There's nothing else in the room?
Not that you can see from here. It's a very narrow slit. I think you have not approached it yet. If you were, you would risk the ibis noticing you.
I don't really want to attack clerics.
Listen, okay, I'll walk you through this if we're worried about it later, but there's a prayer that the Knights of the Order used to say before they had to hunt a cleric. And I know some of it, but I'll walk you through what I know afterwards, alright? I'm not happy about this either, but I don't think we can... I think the worst thing that could happen to us, honestly, is that we live out an indeterminate amount of time here and eventually we die of some other natural cause and we wake up back in Suha and Jafar's place anyway. So I'd rather we make a move, get some information, and if we have to restart, we restart. And if we don't restart, that's fine too. I feel I have lived several lifetimes in the last few days.
I look to the traders and I say, well, moment of truth. And I step towards the crack.
And as he does that, I'm going to grab my amulet and just say a little prayer under, and that's going to activate turn clerics. So each cleric that can see or hear me within 30 feet of me must make a wisdom saving throw. So once they see me, they'll have to do that.
All right. That is where we'll end our session.
Zooey Mama!
Man, what an exciting session, huh?
Yeah, it's very slow burn right now. It's very slow.
Yeah.
It's about to be a very fast burn.
We gotta establish what the fuck we're gonna do when we wake up next time. Because I really do enjoy the role play where we get progressively more insane at Suhan Jafar's place, where they see us as more insane, but also we feel more insane. But I do think it's gonna start to grate from an audience perspective. I think we just gotta start hauling ass next time.
Yeah, I just don't it feels like we're at a roadblock. And we need something
We need something we don't have to solve this particular thing. Or we kill the clerics and they get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like we just have to come back here when we have more information, or we can send something through the Oasis if we find anything that will help them.
That's true. We don't have to come here ourselves.
It's just a one-way launcher, effectively.
Yeah, I did also, I think because of the timeline of events, it would be possible for us to get here before young Hassan disappeared, but I don't know that there would be a reason to at this point. Because, we still can't fix the ship. Having young Hassan isn't going to give us an edge or a convincing reason for the clerics to let us all go or something, right?
Well,
he doesn't have additional information as far as we know.
Well, the issue I'm seeing is the timeline is the moment we wake up, they've been at the Oasis for a few days. So young Hassan has been gone before we wake up.
When we got there this time, they said young Hassan disappeared the night prior, right, Jake?
That is correct.
So, and we have rested at least once at the other Oasis in this timeline. So we could technically make it. I just don't see a reason to. And I'm wondering if that's something we can pull off later.
Yeah, I don't see a reason to actually get there right away, because we'll be in the same situation now. We're just with young Hassan. We didn't solve anything.
We just have an extra person who gives us nothing. As far as we know, he doesn't have a trick up his sleeve. He doesn't have a way to convince the clerics. I really think that Charm Cleric Pendant is our strongest tool here.
Unless young Hassan has a deeper secret behind him. Because they said
they would have targeted him first.
Well, no, because think about this. They did say, the rest of his party, said they never opened that chest. They don't even know what's in it. But young Hassan got into the actual ship, opened that particular chest, pulled out what he needed, and then left. So he knew that was in there.
I'll clarify that. I think all of them looked like they'd been rifled through.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was he went straight to that box, knew what was in there, walked out, and then...
Shall we deliberate next time?
Yeah, we deliberate next time.
Yep, I think that's a good idea.
Bye.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Echoes of Malus is created and DM'd by Jake Parsley. Connor is played by Justin White. Lee is played by Anthony Mott. Aila is played by Annabeth Parsley. Kato is played by Drake D. White. Additional writing and combat design are provided by Zachary Cox. Our audio editor is Drake D. White. Our music is by Public Circuit. and our concept art is by EternalGem. Your producer is me, Leanne Jay. We'll see you next time.